Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Boys Talking 49er Football. I want to start off by apologizing for messing up the first live. We went live, hit the wrong button, and tried to fix that problem, and then went and screwing up my 8 o'clock show in the process. So we're here. We got my boy Pete. We got Brandon doing some kind of dancing in the car, disco dancing, flashing in and out.
You got the club going on?
Yeah, it looks like he has a club going on. How you doing, Peter?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Another day, another week, another 49er. I guess the last 49er game of the regular season.
I love it. I love it. What's up, Ismael? What's up, Jimmy Perez? We got Daniel Marie Sports in the house. And I hit the wrong button again. Real quick, guys, just to let you know, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I woke up this morning with some type of allergic. I must have ate something last night that I was allergic to, and it screwed me up in my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see my eyes. They're really puffed up, and I'm seeing blurry, normal. It's like I have my glasses on, and I'm seeing things like if I had them off. So if I mispronounce your name or misread something, I did not go retarded. I just can't see the letters. That's why I made them as big as I made. So what's up, Luis? We got the Queen Red Jet in the house. What's up? We got royalty in the house. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We got Anthony in the house. What's up, Anthony? Welcome. We got Christian Carver in the house. What's up, bro? We got 49er Throwback in the house. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Throwback?
What's going on, Brandon? You with us for Mars?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're coming in clear for Mars. This is Houston.
All right, cool.
All right.
How we doing?
We're doing good. I screwed things up earlier, but it's all right because you were an hour late.
Not even. I was freaking like 20 minutes late.
I'm kidding. Real quick, how was your day, Brandon? And then Pete, how was your day after Brandon's? And we'll move from there.
It was good, man. Just worked and stayed busy. Got home, did a little bit of laundry, did a little bit watching TV, a little bit cleaning my room. Same bullshit, different day.
I got it. I got it. Let's see here. That's good. What about you, Pete? How was your week so far?
Yeah, it was good. I actually took a day off today. Went and had lunch with the wife. Played some Star Wars, the Jedi Survivor.
Okay.
So yeah, got some time in today, and we all need those mental breaks from the everyday, every now and then.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely, we do. Well, gentlemen, we got to win. We play the Commanders, week 17. Kind of started a little slow. We were able to get the victory over the Commanders. So let's talk a little bit about the Commanders, gentlemen, then we'll kind of transcend over to the Rams game. It's going to be the battle of the backups. Who is better, Sam Darnold or Carson Wentz for the Rams? That'll be the game.
Who doesn't suck as much?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the game of the year. So real quick, Brandon, what was your take of the Commanders game?
Plain and simple, man. Purdy looked good. He bounced back. He looked like the quarterback that we know. I still think he's an MVP candidate, even though he's kind of below now. But at the end of the day, dude, the only MVP that matters is the Super Bowl MVP. So, but other than that, dude, players look good. The O-line looked a lot better, even though it was the Commanders. But my favorite play of that game was Purdy scrambling out of the pocket from chaos and finding Ayuk in the end zone. That was one of my favorite plays. But
That's
yeah,
awesome. What about you, Senor Pete?
I thought it was it like Brandon said, it started off slow, but I love the fact that they ran the ball. I love the fact that by the third quarter they already had 25 carries. Like that was really what that game was all about. I wanted to see if Shanahan could go out there and just win a game and not have to do all the razzle dazzle double motions and like all the other stuff. Just go out. You got the best players on the field. Go out there and win a game. And it even got to the point to where he took CMC out. Like I get it that he was a little dinged up, so I'm better safe than sorry. But Elijah Mitchell came in there and looked like the old Elijah Mitchell from 2021, and I wasn't really happy with the defense necessarily, but give and take. Like it's that at the end of the day, the 49ers did enough to get a handily victory. Like they won it pretty handily.
Well, by beating the Commanders, which they needed to do, and they needed a little bit of help from the our rival in the West at the bottom of the cellar, the Cardinals. Surprise, surprise! The Cardinals went into Philadelphia. Philadelphia has been falling off its wheels ever since they played the Niners. The Niners just broke them. They've been broken by the Niners. They haven't played well since, and they've been backpedaling since. But Arizona was able to go in there. They were down 21-6 at the half. I'm like, okay, well, it seems like we're going to have to play week 18 against the Rams for the opportunity to have a bye. And before you know it, towards the end of the third quarter, I'm like, whoa, this game is changing. The momentum is changing for the Cardinals. And as we all know, the Cardinals won that game. By doing that, the Niners automatically locked the number one seed. They will get a bye. And now that week 18 is not important as it could have been. Now the Niners will be resting Brock Purdy, will be resting Christian McCaffrey, maybe some other players. I want to ask you, Brandon, resting 1 week to allow your players to get healthy and recover from the little knickknacks throughout the season is nice. Resting players for 2 weeks, is that beneficial or can that hurt us in the sense of being rusty?
So yes and no. Um, I feel like some of our starters should at least play like a half in Sunday's game, just to get that that feel that that still going like they have been during the regular season. But I still understand why they want to sit him because they don't want to risk injury. But at the end of the day, they'll still get to practice, and make their body flow and get those hits. I mean, they're not like hard hits like they are in the games, but there'll still be some kind of contact with the other players, so they won't be as rusty. I think we'll be okay, to be honest.
Okay. And Pete, before you go on, the fact that Brandon did say play some of the players, at least for the first half, kind of get the juices going. But we do know, unless Kyle changes at the last minute, that Brock Purdy will sit out.
Yeah.
Does that worry you that if anybody else plays fine, but Brock Purdy is not going to touch the ball in a meaningful game until 3 weeks later? Does that worry you a little bit? And let me know how you feel about the whole resting situation.
I don't think it worries me too much. It's not like he's just going to be sitting. And he had a really good interview. I think it was today. Like that, basically saying the same thing that hey, it's not like he's going to be sitting around doing nothing. He's going to be getting reps. He's going to be practicing. The like I mean, he had a bye week. Came back out, looked just fine. He had when he had his surgery, first game against Pittsburgh, he looked fine. There's I don't think it's going to be necessarily a big deal. I think that it would be a big deal for the guys in the trenches, the guys that play, like, I mean, have action every single, the physical players. I really think that it would be an issue for them, because you can't just you can't just ramp up and go right into full adrenaline mode and think that it's going to be okay after taking weeks off. Like, that's not going to happen. So I expect the offensive line to play, like defensive linemen. I expect them to play. I mean, the 49ers they got to play some starters. So because they don't have enough practice squad and backups to play an entire game that way. So yeah, I expect some of the starters to play. Just not. I get it about Purdy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it kind of worries me a little bit because there's that rust factor. You know, you got to be in your game, especially Brock Purdy hasn't been playing much. We'll see how it goes, though. But one of the things I do welcome is having the 2 weeks. I hate the rust situation. It can happen, but the rest for these players, like your Trent Williams, which I think he will play for a little bit. You got your, your guys like Fred Warner's. You got your older guys like Kittle. They can use rest to recover. People don't realize when you play football how important it is to get in that ice and rehab and not having to play a game. So everyone has said that a well-rested 49ers is a dangerous 49er, and we're going to get more into that. But our boy Luis Moreno, at least for me, maybe for you guys, I've been busy all day off of social media. I just found out by my boy Luis Moreno, breaking news from my boy. Let's go. How do you feel about the Ravens picking up Dalvin Cook? I don't know if you guys are already aware of this. I'm pretty sure you were, since you guys, but I wasn't. I just found out. That's a good question. We're going to have Brandon, because I know he's going to eat shortly. So let's ask him first. What do you think about Dalvin Cook going to the Ravens?
Good for them, man. Dalvin Cook, he's not the same running back as he used to be with the Vikings. So I'm not too worried about it. But good for them. Let's see what he could do in the playoffs for them. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about him. And not too crazy about it. Whatever.
What about you, Pete? What are your thoughts about Brandon Cook going to the Ravens and helping out Lamar with that run game?
I mean, I wish he would have been I wish he would have been on their team when we were playing him, because they would have been a little less explosive, I feel. Like, Dalvin Cook, I mean, couldn't make first string on the Jets. So I don't know what why would we be scared of Dalvin Cook? Like, I mean, I think the injuries have just taken a toll, and yeah, I mean, it happens to every running back eventually. Like, you lose a step, and I mean, it might help him that. I guess it's always good to have a veteran on the squad, like, but yeah, I don't think he's going to be as big of a threat as he used to be.
Okay. So then there you go, my friend. We don't have to worry about. Listen, let's be honest. If the 49ers playing 49er football, if they're executing everything that Kyle Shanahan is calling out there, their execution is flawless. I don't see a team beating the Niners. Yeah, I understand that 2 weeks ago we lost to the Ravens and they came into Santa Clara on Christmas Day and we turned the ball over 5 times. They beat us 33-19, and a lot of Niner fans were doubting Purdy, doubting Kyle Shanahan. The world was ending. We're all going to die because the team lost. I don't know about you guys, and I want to get your true, honest opinion, because this is mine. Sometimes I believe a loss can be a blessing in disguise. It can humble you. It can make you look at things that you were not maybe previously looking at. It can make you get back to the fundamentals of, the way you prepare, your preparation, your attitude. It humbles you. I remember the 1994 season where the Niners went to the Super Bowl and won it. They were very dominant on both sides of the ball. but yet they got their ass kicked by the Philadelphia Eagles 40-8. And it was that particular game that pissed off Steve Young because he was yanked out. It was a message of wake your blank up and play football. And they didn't lose one game after that all the way through the. If they lost the very last one, it's because they had nothing to fight for. I don't remember completely, but my point is they got our ass, they got embarrassed, they regrouped, refocused, and went on a tear all the way to the Super Bowl and won it. How beneficial do you think this loss was for the Niners in that perspective, Brandon?
Honestly, I think it kind of brought us back to earth after that six game win streak that we had. It kind of brought us back to earth, like I said, and realized, like, okay, maybe we're not unstoppable as we thought, but let's go back in there, continue what we're doing, and destroying the playoffs, basically.
I like that. What about you, Senor Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was definitely a wake up call. I just feel like I think you saw the fruits of what we learned, what Shanny learned from that game and the game against the Commanders, where he went back to the run game. I think if they had that game plan, that Ravens game might have been a lot closer, and they might have won that game if they had that game plan. But I think Shanny learned a little bit, and there was definitely a they were talking about on, and I don't know what I wish I could give the show the credit for finding it, but they had somebody commented about how the Ravens decided that they weren't going to blitz necessarily up the middle. And they weren't trying to get pressure up the middle against Purdy. They were trying to get pressure they were blitzing with the corners instead of their linebackers, and coming from the sides to take away those quick hitting passes and the screen game, which ended up being a turnover. I think at least one of the turnovers was one of those types of plays. And so I think Shanahan learned a little bit that his system is not infallible, that sometimes the best way to do is just to go old tried and true and just run the ball, keep the defense off balance. So I thought it was a really good wake up call for the Niners.
Yeah, that's true. I apologize for the comments messing up on me. It seems like it's going to be one of those days. But, yeah, I'm with you. The last time we had home field advantage and we were the number one seed in 2019, we went to the Super Bowl. We went up beating Minnesota and took care of business with the Packers. Now, we did it primarily with the run. We did it primarily with putting the ball on Coleman and whoever our running backs were. Yes, at the time, we didn't really trust Jimmy, or let's say the Niners didn't trust Jimmy to deliver the ball. I mean, you play in an NFC Championship game, and how many times did he throw? Like 6 times, 7 times.
Yeah, in Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah. No, wasn't that the Green Bay game in the championship game? Because we played both games at home in 2019.
I know the Minnesota game, he only threw the ball 6 times. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to look it up. But
I'm sorry, I don't know why these things are messing up on me. But Brandon, I'm sorry to bother you and your lady on the
Yes, sir.
on there, but you can feed her fries later.
No
mames.
mames.
He's all, a ver, viejita, here's a french fries. And she's like, ay, gracias, guapo.
Ay, pues.
My Italian stallion.
It's not like that.
It's not like that yet.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, but if I know my Italian stallion over there, my Mario. He'll find his Luigi. You know what? I can't fix the text, so
He
we'll
had
go with
8
all text.
attempts against Green Bay. He only had 8 attempts against Green Bay.
Eight
Like,
attempts, yeah. So with Brock Purdy, don't you get like a different dimension, a different feeling going into the playoff games that it's not just the run game, it's not just the defense, but the ability of Brock Purdy to be able to go unscripted if he needs to, the way he did in Washington. That last touchdown to Ayuk to make it 27-10. You can tell the break broke down. And the defenders were coming at him. Jimmy probably would have got sacked in that position. Brock was able to scramble to his left, roll out to his right, and take initiative and point Brandon Ayuk to the right spot. Brandon Ayuk, being aware and the same page with his quarterback, was able to go down, and he threw a beautiful pass. That was unscripted.
yeah.
I
And
don't know
unlike
about you
Jimmy,
guys,
when
I
he
don't think
points,
Jimmy would have did
when
that.
he
You think
points,
Jimmy
he
would have
actually
did that?
completed it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Jimmy's point. Whenever Jimmy points, it ends up being an interception.
He's pointing
like
to the
some crazy-
linebacker.
Yeah, like it's a weird. It was always weird that every single time Jimmy would try to point a guy open, like it would either get intercepted or it would be like a bad miss.
Got it.
So yeah,
And so I have a question for Brandon. That everybody in the chat wants to know. What is the name of your lady friend? And were you guys heading to your date?
What? I plead the fifth.
You're drinking the fifth.
No, mom is.
No, mom. Anyway, I love to see Brandon with a big old smile from side to side, year to year, man. That's good, bro. I'm happy for you. If your
Thanks.
lady friend, if she's just your lady friend, then I respect that. But if she puts a smile on your
Thank you.
face, bro, she's doing a great job of that. Be careful with Brandon's hands, though. They tend to go east a lot.
Hey,
So-
chill. Fuck me, guy. All right, I'm gonna flip out. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, bro. Go and enjoy your day, bro. We'll take care
All
of it
right,
from here.
talk to you later. Bye.
This dude. Anyway, I couldn't understand him anyway, so we'll let him go. Oh, I did it again. I'm such a habit of hitting these. Well, now I know what to do next time. Not to try to change the font of the text during the live. It doesn't work. Pete, going into this game against the Rams. By the way, everyone, real quick promo at 8:00. I'm going live on my channel again, and I'm going to have Rudy from La Ramilia Sports Report as a guest. We will be going live on his channel and my channel, so it's going to be Niner fans and Rams fans in the chat. So I need as many Niner fans in there supporting me. I would not like to be outgained by Rams fans. That would suck. Now, if you can make it, you can make it. I understand. But 8:00 Pacific, in other words, a half hour from now, 40 minutes from now, I would be going live at 8 p.m. with Rudy and his fan base. So if you can make it and charm in and support your boy Niner Sickness, I would appreciate it. Talking about the Rams, Pete, they're not playing Matthew Stafford. They're playing Carson Wentz. They're not playing their top rookie running back,
Kyron Williams.
Karen Williams. They're not playing Cooper Kupp. Their tight end. He could be. They're resting a lot of players. Do you see the Niners losing this game at home, or you think that our guys can beat them? And particularly, they're not playing a lot of their defense are playing everybody because they're all a bunch of rookies, except Aaron Donald. What are your thoughts on that game?
I mean, I think the game could go either way because now the game all comes down to scheme, and yeah, like it's not going to be top level football. Let's just say that. And but I think the 49ers can pull this one out. I think that Sam Darnold is better than Carson Wentz. I think honestly, Sam Darnold has actually not looked bad in the offense. So it would not surprise. And I think that the 49ers are loaded at running back. I think they're going to be running the ball a ton. Uh, the Rams don't really have a lot of running backs. They have the one guy, and that's it. Their defense, when you take Aaron Donald out of that defense, it's not, it should not be that hard to score. So I'm expecting the 49ers not to blow them out or anything, because we're just talking about, we're talking about secondary players, but I do think that they're going to win.
Real quick, we got a $2. I love the way that Don, my moderator, takes care of her boy. Much appreciated, Don. But I'm a big boy. I can handle something like that. But I appreciate you having your eye and my back. Tommy Huxley is a normal, cool guy. He likes to talk his shit. He'll say what's on his mind, even if it makes no sense. But I appreciate him. Thank you for the $2 chat. Unfortunately, I screwed up on the chat font and size, so I can't bring it up. But he gave a $2 chat, and his comment is, Beto is putting me to sleep. Well, somebody got to do it, right? Why not me? I'll sing you a lullaby right after this there, Tommy. But Tommy's cool. Tommy, that's just, Don, that's just Tommy. I appreciate it, though. He's all good. He is all good, especially on Super Chats. I don't want them to be deleted unless they are completely vulgar or racist or anything like that. Then yes, I don't care if they give me $100. It's getting off there. But if it's something just like this, you can leave it on there. It's all good. I'm a big boy. Tommy knows that. And literally, I'm a big boy. But I can handle it. No worry. But thank you, Don, for having my back. That's why you're one of my moderators, because you are awesome. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Niners will go and handle their business at home. I know that all the so-called experts are giving the Rams the victory over us. At this point, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters for us, the fans, in the sense that we can brag. We can say that we swept them, the whole NFC West again for 2 years straight by sweeping the Rams on Sunday. But the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. The ultimate goal is to win your division, check mark. Get the number 1 seed, check mark. Now get healthy. They're on the process to do that, check mark. And go and win both divisional and championship game and get your ass to the Super Bowl and take care of that. That is what's more important. So if we go in there and beat the Rams for the morale of the fan base and the bragging, talking crap to the Rams fans, it'll be nice. But if the Rams win for whatever reason, understand this. This is going to be a very, very vanilla. You think of preseason game. This is what this game's going to be. These two teams might see each other again in the playoffs. They're not going to give up anything that they don't have to if in case they see each other in the playoffs. So this game will be very vanilla. It'll just be who makes the least mistakes. It'll be who makes the more mistakes between Sam Darnold or Carson Wentz that kind of takes this game to either way. So if we win, great for the morale of the fans. Talk your shit. We swept the West for 2 years straight. If we don't get pissed off. And the Ram fans, of course, they're going to talk their shit and they're going to say they beat us and finally they. But think about it. If you're a Rams fan and they beat us, do they really want to brag about beating the backups of the Niners?
Oh, yes, they will.
Okay, but what's
let me answer that for you. Yes, they will.
But what would it be? Our response be? Well, the only way you can beat us in the regular season is if we play our backups.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't.
But,
so, listen, it's not. I want to win, of course, every time, and I think we will. But I'd rather win or lose without injuries. That's the key. I don't want none of the guys that are playing for a first half to get injured. Stay healthy. Be smart. If the ball bounces your way and you have the win, great. If it doesn't, so be it. What's your thought process on that, personally yourself, Pete?
for the injuries, like
Yeah.
just keeping him healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like the key players. The key players have to stay healthy. Brock, Debo, Ayuk, CMC, Kittle, everybody else. Like that's on offense. Like I mean, I don't want Warner getting hurt on defense. I don't want Bosa getting hurt. Everybody else, to me, to be honest, can play.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, I think that we need to keep the team as loose and as like for lack of a better term, like just lubricated. Pause. Like
You did not go with the
the
lubrication.
like, but yeah, they need to be as loose as possible. Like, and they need to be.
Lubrication and loose
Hey,
as possible in the same sentence
hey,
doesn't go.
hey. There's really no other way to put it. They have to be in the groove. Like they cannot be just losing their mojo and going in flat. Like it's not, it's a recipe for disaster. And like yeah, I mean
And
every
see,
guy
that's what
knows that.
scares me with resting players. You just said it right now in a game that is meaningless. You just said that
Yeah.
we should not go flat because if we fall behind, sometimes we know that Brock has. Listen, I love Brock. I love everything that he does, everything that he's done. I think this guy is definitely elite. I think he is definitely our future quarterback. But one of the things that is still a question mark is can he bring a team back from a deficit? He showed it a little bit against the Browns. He did enough to put on the kicker. But when I say bring a team back, I don't want to put it on the kicker. I want my quarterback to throw a touchdown and seal the game. This is one question that we have about Brock. With that said, having him rest for 2 weeks and not play into the third week, if we start slow with a team like, I don't know, the Lions or the Rams or the Cowboys, now even the Eagles, would that worry you a little bit that if we fall behind, next thing you know, it's 14-0?
Look, like this is the thing about Brock. I don't worry about Brock. I worry about Shanny. Like I
Okay.
don't worry about Brock at all. Like I think that Brock will do whatever needs to be done, but I worry about Shanny's drop back game.
Okay.
This is the thing. Shanny does a great job with the running game. He does a great job with the play action. He's a little bit lesser than as far as drop back. He does a terrible job of giving Brock hot reads. Like he does a terrible job of giving just Brock just outs in a play. You know, in any given play, like in the drop back game. Like their counts aren't even their cadence isn't really there. It's like they don't even practice the drop back game. So I don't really blame it on Brock. It's just when Shanny gets out of sorts and he just starts calling plays, it doesn't look as nice. And he's going to blame it on execution, but at the same time, it really comes down to you've got to be prepared as a coach and a play caller for that eventuality too, because it's not always going to be roses. You're not always going to have 2 touchdown leads to go off of. So what are you doing in practice that you look so bad every single time you're down? Like it's kind of weird. I mean, because if you look at his numbers as far as that goes, like when he's behind in the fourth quarter, I mean, it's not just below league average, it's bottom of the barrel league average. And it's just yeah, so I don't put it on Brock. I put it on Shanny because it doesn't matter who his quarterback is. That's his record in those situations. So yeah, like I think Brock will be fine. I think Brock can find guys. I think Brock can do things off cuff. I think he can do things like we talked about. He can make things happen, but you've got to have the outs and you've got to have the hot reads for him to built into the plays to let him do those things. So
All right, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Let me acknowledge some of the guys in the chat, people in the chat. Unfortunately, I screwed up the chat, so I can't bring them up. They look like this. So trying to figure, unless you guys can pick the question box, I'm going to read them off over here. So David Villa says, it doesn't matter, but I know my Niners are going to show up. Let's go. Let's go. Level up. He knows they're going to show up.
Absolutely.
We got Philly Bowl Entertainment in the house. It's AKA the Regal Eagles. And then he puts on here, AKA the Regal Eagles. Hey, welcome to the chat. Throwback says Cowboys. Don says, I want a blowout game for my birthday on Sunday. Oh, we got a Sunday birthday girl. I'm probably not going to go live on Sunday. So let's go ahead and wish her a happy Sunday before the game.
You got the Stevie Wonder version?
No, I don't. Give me 1 second. It's my version, but here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Don Dodson. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. Happy birthday to Dawn. She's a wonderful mom of 2 beautiful kids and a wonderful wife to her husband, although he's a Raider fan, but that's not her fault. She made a bad decision marrying a Raider fan, but if he's a great father as he is, then she's fine. Tell Jayla and Ariel that I said hello. She's an amazing person, been a follower of the Niner Sickness podcast for a long time. Truly, truly appreciate you, Dawn, and happy birthday. And let's get that blowout for your birthday, girl. Absolutely. David Villa says, throwback, you forgot one word after Cowgirls suck. Didn't tell me the answer, but I love how the chat is popping. Listen, guys, this kind of show started a little rough.
The energy.
I love it. It started a little rough because the conductor here has way too many buttons, and because of my eyes being swollen. For those that came in late, I woke up this morning with a bad reaction to something I either ate or I don't know what, but it affected my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it affected my eyes. One of them is really closed, kind of closed. Everything is blurry, even with my glasses. So I'm pressing things that I shouldn't be pressing, and I screwed up the first production because I'm a one man crew over here, pressing a bunch of buttons, and it's hard when you can't see them. And I screwed it up, so we started a new one, and then I screwed up my 8 o'clock one that I had to restart. So we're gonna go ahead and shut it down because I gotta make sure that everything's good for 8 o'clock. Pete, I appreciate everything you do, bro. I appreciate your loyalty to us, to myself, Brandon, to the group, to this show that we're doing. And guys, real quick, we do go live every Tuesday at 6:30. But my brother is a manager at a retail store, and therefore, being the holidays and everything going on, he has to stay late or he has to work and close certain nights. So we moved 2 weeks to Thursday instead of Tuesday this week tonight, and then next Thursday we'll be coming out at 6:30. And then if nothing changes, we should resume the following week back to Tuesdays at 6:30. Pete, I can't say enough how much I appreciate you, my friend. I enjoy doing lives with you and Brandon. Both of you guys are amazing. It is always fun and enjoyment to talk 49er football, man. So I would love to keep this going even in the off season if you're available. Talk about, we'll talk about it, confirm it later.
Oh yeah,
but
I'm still going
talk
full.
draft.
I think I had more shows during the off season than I have now.
See, I'm the same. I'm the same way. I like to talk draft. I like to talk the Senior Bowl,
all of it,
potentials, giving you guys all the information that you guys don't have time because of your work. And I know Pete juggles his work, his family, and I'm retired, so I have a little bit more time. But I appreciate everyone. If you guys can come back at 8 o'clock tonight here on the Niner Sickness podcast and support your boy as I come on with special guest Rudy and his fan base. I don't want to be outclassed by his fan base, so come and show us some love. You don't have to stay for the whole show if you don't want to, but come and hang out with us, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Everybody's link is in the description below. Follow, make sure to support Pete and his channel, support Brandon and his channels. And Pete, is there anything you have going on this week to close out the week?
This week, I'm just going to do a show right after the game, probably my instant reaction show.
Oh, okay.
And not that it's going to be, it's going to be right after like kind of a nothing game, but regardless, it's a 49er game. So there's going to be something to talk about, something that
Absolutely.
And who knows that Channy might give us some clues as to what we could see in the playoffs. So tune in for that. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. If you don't want to look at my face, please just you can just always listen to me on the audio version, anywhere where you can get your audio podcast. I don't care where you get it, just get it.
And again, if you forget what his channels are, just click on the description below. There are links to Brandon's and to Pete's channel. All you got to do is click on it. It takes you directly to their channels, and then you can just hit like or subscribe or whatever the requirements are on those channels. Make sure to follow Brandon as well. He is moving up the chain on YouTube. Proud of my friend for handling his business. So make sure to continue to support us. I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock. Peter, thank you once again. Brandon is probably watching or hearing us. Have a good night, guys. Be blessed and go Niners.
Go Niners.
Peace. Make sure I hit the right button this time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.